What if the one thing you fear the most starts multiplying in the dark? In Spiders, a single strange spider enters a small apartment building. At first, it seems harmless, but within hours, the walls begin to move, vents start crawling, and hundreds of spiders spread through every room. The residents are suddenly trapped inside the building, with creatures that grow bigger, faster, and deadlier every minute. And the worst part, the story begins in the vast, scorching desert. A group of people had ventured here illegally, hunting something rare, wild spiders. These weren't just any spiders, they were extremely rare, and catching or selling them was strictly forbidden. But the promise of a huge profit was too tempting. For hours, the group wandered the desert, scanning every rock and crevice. Finally, one man spots a strange structure beneath a massive boulder, a hidden spider nest. Excited, he calls out to his friends. They rush over, hearts racing at the thought of the treasure they've discovered. In a small sinkhole along the creek, inside the spider's lair, they release a special chemical spray. Black spiders begin crawling out of their dark holes. Suddenly, one lunges at a man in the group, sinking its fangs into his arm. The bite is immediate, he writhes in agony. But instead of helping him, the others continue collecting the spiders. The wounded man's screams echo through the desert, until they finally leave him behind, dead. Meanwhile, across the world in France, we meet a boy named Caleb. He's navigating a black market, a place where stolen goods are traded openly. Clearly, Caleb isn't new to thievery. But today he isn't selling, he's buying. He spots some expensive jewelry, and then his eyes fix on something unusual, a spider unlike anything he's ever seen. Before he can examine it further, the shopkeepers trap him in a net. Caleb, who has a deep fascination with insects, immediately realizes the spider is extraordinary. Without hesitation, he buys it, eager to study it. Returning to his building, Caleb enters his flat, a modest, run-down apartment his sister has been trying to repair. After losing their mother some time ago, the two siblings live here alone. Caleb sets his purchases in his room, then heads downstairs to check on the store where he keeps his shoes. As he inspects them, his friend steals a bicycle nearby. Caleb, despite being a thief himself, is furious. He had vowed never to cross the line again, and this betrayal stings deeply. Determined to leave his life of theft behind, Caleb decides to run his business honestly. He still has a large shoe order to complete, carefully checking each box. But then he notices one customer's shoebox is damaged. He can't deliver it like this, so he rushes home to get a replacement. As he enters his room, he freezes, the electricity is off. Panic sets in. Turning off the lights was a huge mistake, because his collection of insects depends on light and warmth. Without them, many could die from the cold. "Why did you turn off my lights?" Caleb yells at his sister. She replies sharply, "Do you know how high the bills are? All these lights in your room. Where do you expect the money to come from? Those insects aren't going to pay us anything." Caleb calms down and explains, "I've thought about it. I've started my shoe business. The money will come from that. We'll manage everything." His sister doesn't trust him yet. Undeterred, Caleb turns the lights back on and checks his insects. He carefully tries to find a proper place for his new spider, but there's nowhere safe. Frustrated, he temporarily puts the spider into the broken shoebox he had brought from the store. Later, Caleb attends a party hosted by his mother's dear friend, who had become a mother figure to him after his mom passed. He gifts her the earrings he bought earlier, and she smiles warmly. "You're improving, Caleb. If your mom were alive today, she would be so proud of you." That night, Caleb returns home, exhausted. He opens the shoebox to check on the spider, but it's gone. Panic washes over him. He had spent a fortune on this rare, exotic creature, and now it seems to have escaped. Trying to focus, he packs the shoes in a new box for delivery. One of his customers happens to be the building owner, who has always been suspicious of Caleb's activities. Caleb delivers the shoes, unaware of what is about to unfold. Back home, Caleb tries on a pair of shoes, only to find something moving inside. A huge spider has crawled into them. Thankful it doesn't bite him, Caleb is still shaken. The spider had somehow laid eggs inside the shoes he delivered. Moments later, the building owner puts on the shoes. One by one, hundreds of spiders emerge and attack him. Screaming, he tries to fight them off, but it's too late. Within minutes, the man is dead. Caleb, still reeling at home, explains the situation to his sister and friends. I brought a poisonous spider here. It disappeared from me by mistake. If it bites anyone, they could die. Suddenly, they hear the man's dog barking frantically outside his apartment. They rush over and knock on the door, but there's no response. When they enter, they find the building owner's lifeless body, surrounded by the deadly spiders. Bell if you want to see what happens next. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. As the police finally open the apartment door, the dead body of the man lies sprawled inside. A wave of fear ripples through everyone. The building owner, who had seen Caleb deliver the shoes, angrily tells the police that Caleb must have poisoned him. But the truth is far worse. The police confirm the cause of death: a bite from a deadly, poisonous spider. Within minutes, a curfew is imposed, and the entire building is sealed. No one can enter or leave. Panic spreads among the residents. A cleaning lady discovers spiders and webs in the bathroom. Armed with a spray, she tries to fight them off, but a massive spider lunges at her face. Her fate is left unseen. Soon after, Caleb's sister enters the washroom, only to be swarmed by spiders from the vents. Screaming, she is rescued by friends, but the danger is everywhere. A boy attempts to catch a huge spider, but when he fails, he kills it, only to discover a nest of countless baby spiders hidden in the ventilation. Caleb realizes these creatures are from the desert, not meant to reproduce in cold conditions. Yet somehow they've multiplied, filling the entire building. Caleb warns his friends, "If we stay here, we're dead. We need to escape." But no one listens. Desperate residents try to flee, but the curfew traps them. Caleb and a friend survey the building, horrified to find spiders have already killed many people. Back in his apartment, the building owner confronts Caleb, blaming him for the chaos. Armed with an iron rod, he enters Caleb's room. But when the washroom door opens, hundreds of spiders swarm out, killing him instantly. Caleb remembers a potential escape route through the parking lot, but it's crawling with massive spiders. To survive, they must keep the lights on, yet the parking lot sensors only stay active for a minute. Using quick thinking and a lighter, Caleb's sister barely stays ahead of the horde. When they reach the basement, they find the door sealed. Police refuse to help, and soon a gas tank is deployed, intended to kill everything inside, humans and spiders alike. Caleb, his sister, and a friend hide in a room as the fourth companion falls victim. Finally, the police open the basement, assuming no one survived. Caleb sees his remaining companions, but they are immediately arrested. The infected are swiftly executed. Caleb protests, "We're human. You're trying to kill us instead of saving us." The police warn that the spiders are extremely poisonous, and any human infected could spread the danger nationwide. Tragically, Caleb's sister and friend are killed. Then, an injured man reveals a hidden room filled with spiders. He tells Caleb and the survivors, "You're not infected. If you follow me, you can escape and prevent a disaster." Using his final strength, he distracts the police and opens the spider-filled door. The creatures are enormous, some the size of dogs. Police and soldiers attack, spraying poison and shooting, but Caleb, his sister, and friend slip through. They rush outside, finding vans waiting. A spider blocks their path, but they crush it and escape. The scene cuts to show that Caleb, his sister, and friend survived, but the government begins demolishing the building where their childhood unfolded. In a chilling final reveal, Caleb secretly hides one spider, keeping it safe. The camera lingers on the creature, hinting the horror is far from over.